Hey there, I'm Mr. Know-It-All, the lead swing trading analyst trader at Swing Trade Pros, the #1 swing trading and bot community in the world. And I genuinely want to help you make your mark in the thrilling world of swing trading cryptocurrency. I've been trading since 2017 and I've taught myself many different trading strategies, patterns. I'm known for the falling wedge patterns, you might know. I've dedicated my life to mastering these types of structures and patterns, and now my goal is to impact the lives of 1 million of you. You heard that right. My goal is to impact 1 million people this bull cycle. Let that be you. Cryptocurrency markets can be a roller coaster ride, full of ups and downs. But through swing trading, I've discovered a strategy that can truly make a difference. I've poured countless hours to studying the intricacies of falling wedge patterns, rising wedge patterns, you name it, and it has become my area of expertise. Here's the thing. I genuinely want to see you thrive in this market. That's why I've made it my mission to impact 1 million of you. I want to provide you with the tools, insight, and support you need to navigate this exciting but challenging landscape. Swing trading is not just about technical analysis, it's about understanding market psychology and developing disciplined risk management strategies. I'll be there to guide you step by step as we identify different types of patterns and structures and seize profitable opportunities. Together, we'll build your confidence in trading skills, ensuring you're well prepared to face the twists and turns of swing trading. Believe me when I say that I genuinely care about your success. That's why I'm inviting you to join me, Mr. Know-It-All, on this transformative journey. Let's make the most of this bull cycle and work towards your financial freedom together. You'll find all my links in my bio. Reach out and let's dive into this world of swing trading. I'm here to support you and your family and guide you every step of the way because your success matters to me. Together, let's make a real impact and achieve trading success.
Traders, welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And we love you guys very, very much. Because without you guys, we wouldn't be here. All right. So what's this market going to do this week? It's a very good question. Well, we just had a daily candle close here for Tether and a weekly candle close here for Tether. We had a weekly bullish engulfing candle. I did mention last week that we could get a reclaim on this wick. So we didn't fully get, follow through price action on this rejection, as we did see, Bitcoin kind of pull back a bit this week. We are still above the major support level here on Tether. However, we did not, take out this 5.42% region that we've been talking about. And I am inclined to believe that this actually might get pushed back to the downside here this week. We're about to see how that plays out. We are losing bearish momentum. So we haven't lost it just yet. So we're not out of the cards yet for Tether going down. I do think that we're going to see some sort of action here. The daily is losing its bullish momentum, although we didn't get any sort of cross yet, but we're looking like we're about to do that on a 4-hour chart. So I am looking at some potential upside in this market if we do get a cross. All right. And we're still putting in lower highs. Yes, we did get this. This was this breakout we got, and we got this bounce off the trend line, and we've yet to really make higher highs on price. Now, that's not to say that that can't happen. I am slated to believe here that we are going to see some bullish momentum come into the market this week. But, I could be wrong. I would like to see bullish momentum come in. We're all holding long-term assets here, but we can see, 1, 2, 3 tests of resistance rejecting. And it looks like this is a pretty nasty rejection candle here on the 4-hour. Kind of a hanging man on the 4-hour chart, which could mean that we see some downside of Tether, which could mean we see some upside in the market. All right, so that's kind of what I'm looking at right now here, at least on the short-term time frame. Like I said before, the 4-hour is looking like it's going to cross bearish. All right, so let's see how that plays out. Bitcoin up to 61.6K, bouncing off the 60K level. Very, very nice bounce there today. And it does look like it's holding these lows, okay? We are making higher lows. We have now put in a higher low on the chart. All right. The weekly right now is still kind of pointing down. So our overall momentum on the market is to the downside, unfortunately, right this moment. But we could see a bit of a test higher here. Now, I mean, I am throwing like liquidation like longs here. We get these green dots usually towards tops of markets, and we get these red dots here towards the bottoms of markets. So we'll see how this plays out. But we did get a break down candle here for the week. We didn't break support though. 60,000 is holding as support on the weekly time frame. We did not get any sort of weekly cross back up yet. We are pending that. We are looking at that. That could be something that might happen if we do see some bids come in here this week. All right. I'm overall like kind of short-term bearish on the market, but I would say like very short-term here, we could see some upside. Like I just said, the 4-hour looking like we're gonna go down a bit on Tether. But you know, in terms of us getting like some major pumps right now, I don't know that I see that happening right this moment. Okay. You know, we're just setting in lower highs. We have put in our first higher low. All right. We have put in our first higher low. So it would be really good to see Bitcoin at least try to attempt to break this trend line right here. If we can break this trend line and get to and get back above, and even if we make a lower high at 70K, that to me means a momentum shift. Even if we end up coming back down to retest, you know, 63K, we're just going to continue making try to make a higher high is what we got to do. We got to try to make a higher high. All right, than this high right here. We got to try to make a higher high than 64K. If not, we're just going to continue to get rejected, and we're going to continue to see downside. All right, but it does look like a consolidation. It doesn't look terrible on the chart. But my real concern though here is the 2-month candle. Okay, the 2-month candle is not a necessarily good candle. This is a longer time frame, and this is going to take some time to play out. But over the course of the next 2 months, if we do not reclaim I would say this wick here, this wick high at 67K with a 2-month close above, we're going to see some further downside in these markets, right? Because this right here is a like hanging man candle on the 2-month chart, and it only is valid if we see follow through price action to the downside. We have about almost a month and a half to really prove that this candle is invalid. Okay, so we have some time here to really shine, if you will. All right, kind of paying attention to that. That is a big deal, because that could set the precedent for the next few months in this market, and that could really be a game changer. And this trend line right here, okay, this is a long-term trend line that Bitcoin has been respecting since the 2013 bull cycle. Okay, and if you look carefully, every single time we go above it, we go into this parabolic move, or we hold it as support. Looks like a double top. We haven't confirmed that though, right? We haven't broke this neckline. It's actually right at the neckline right now, right? Actually, the neckline would be 60K. So if we start breaking 60K and confirm it as resistance, yeah, then you could maybe argue that it's a double top. But I wouldn't say it's a double top. It actually made a higher high on price on the monthly with a candle body closure. So it's not. I would not say that this is a double top. I would say that this could be a local top, or it could be. I mean, my other real concern though is the monthly RSI, right? So this is my other concern on this market right now is this right here, right? Higher high on price, but lower level of relative strength. So we have monthly bearish divergence on the chart, and if this really plays out, it could be detriment. And you know, we are seeing right now we're losing volatility. Every single time we start losing volatility, we do go into some sort of downtrend or some sort of major pullback in the market. But I will say that the monthly ASO, I mean, yeah, it did just start to cross down here, but we have still lots of separation on that monthly in terms of bullish momentum still in favor. Okay, we didn't get a monthly cross down. We did start to cross down here, but we haven't crossed the 80 line on the monthly chart. Now, the weekly did get a full reset. So this is something that, we're really looking at. I mean, this could be, and, we got our 12-hour that just got a reset here as well. This could be meaning that we get this move up that we're talking about here, at least short-term move up. All right. I would still say the bullish momentum is still intact in terms of the monthly time frame. But we need to see price action to really resolve that. Otherwise, we can just continue to get rejection. We can continue to see rejection. Okay. I believe our weekly is still short. Yeah. So we still have a short signal that's in on the weekly chart. Those are pretty significant. We don't really get those very often. When we do see, the price action kind of depict that. All right. If we do start breaking 60K levels, I am looking at this $54,000 region as the next real major support level. And if we start taking that stuff out, then, well, we're going to go much lower. That's for sure. Now, there are some altcoins that are like kind of outperforming the market right now. I think TRB is one of them. That coin broke out of its major falling wedge structure. That coin went on a tear this week, despite what the rest of the market has been doing. Okay, you broke a weekly squeeze. You have just confirmed a weekly long signal. That is significant, guys. That is significant. Like I said, weekly long signals are significant. You broke a channel. You could be heading back up to $336 on this coin. So, like, some of these alts look bullish. So that's the thing. Are we going to see an alt season? Or because if Bitcoin is topped out, typically we see like a month or two after things top out, we see alts kind of, go and make their cycle tops, or, go and make their local tops, right? So we could see that. We could see some of that action. Obviously, every altcoin is performing differently right now, and they're not all treated the same. Moon River put in some nice candle this week too, right? A bullish engulfing candle after a pretty nice drawdown. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely still some assets that look okay, technically speaking. The weekly on Moon River looks pretty insane if this actually crosses the 20 line this week or next week. That could be a big momentum wave up. So with Bitcoin consolidating, it's possible that some of these altcoins start to outperform, and that could be what we're looking at. We could be looking at a bit of an alt season. Let's look at total 3 real quick. Because total 3, yes, we did get a short signal here, but we are just like wicking right off this $600 billion region. Now, I mean, that's not to say that this can't come way down. If Bitcoin goes way down, it can. Definitely can. But it looks like it's just kind of consolidating right below this major resistance line right here. The daily is still long. The 4-hour is teetering right now. The hourly is also, sitting right at a major support level. And we're just been going sideways here. Okay. I feel like it's trying to put a bottom in, and we'll see how long this takes. It could take some time. Bitcoin dominance is still around 55. The weekly time frame here, did engulf last week's candle, but hasn't made a higher high. It's still holding this uptrend that it's been in. The monthly time frame is also still trying to paint a bullish looking candle. I am looking at a potential rising wedge developing on this. We'll see if this actually does develop, and where we see altcoins start to maybe outperform. But you can clearly see that this could be, coming into a potential rising wedge structure. No break just yet, right? We're really looking to see if this does start to break down and the altcoins can start to rally against Bitcoin. All right. Because if you look carefully, even at the squeeze indicator, right, you can see that we put in like a deviation outside here on the weekly, and this is going to come down, and this can come all the way down to the bottom Bollinger over the next couple of weeks. And you're starting to lose that positive momentum, right? You're starting to lose it. You can see it. You can see the momentum just losing its momentum there, right? You got some weekly bearish divergence on it. You're losing it. Well, you haven't crossed yet on the weekly, but like the 3-day chart, you can see you're losing the bullish momentum on the dominance. The 2-day just crossed bearish, right? We have a 2-day short signal that's active. Although you made this low, but you're starting to make higher lows. So, this 2-day short signal could maybe just get negated if this starts to push up. But yeah, you guys get the point. We could be entering some sort of alt season potentially. If Tether just gets wrecked, right? We want to see Tether get wrecked, and we want to see altcoins start to outperform Bitcoin. And what really could be the driver here is ETH BTC back down in the demand zone here on the 4-hour, the weekly chart. Really doesn't look like it's ready just yet. But you can see these red dots usually imply, we're at some sort of bottom. Okay, we could be at the bottom of this movement or close to it. I'm not showing any real signs of it yet, to be honest, but we're in the monthly demand zone here. So we could, this could change on the dime, man, where they just start rolling BTC for ETH and this candle just gets bought right here and we start making a higher low and eventually we break out of here. That could happen. Okay. Well, we'll be monitoring this closely and we will check out what's happening with that. All right. And the reason why I still think we're in a bull run is because we've typically seen at least a year after halving is when we top out. So it's only been a month after halving, but it could be an accelerated market where maybe this does end sooner if we get a left translated type of cycle. Fear and greed, still sitting in greed, 57. Yeah, I would say that's pretty close to neutral. But yeah, Pulse chain making some moves, putting in a nice candle here off the wedge break pattern here. We had a double bottom, and the daily chart is diverging nicely here. That Aave coin I was trading, I ended up getting out of it because it's such low liquidity, but I got in at 16 cents. It's trading at 64. It broke a massive wedge pattern, and I got out over here somewhere. I thought this thing was just going to collapse, so I got out at the top of the range. But again, no liquidity on this thing, so I didn't really want to be in it. But I'm in Maker. Maker is the PRC20 that I am in right now. You can clearly see the range, the trading range it's been in. It's pretty easy range to trade here. And put in a nice candle today, boom, up 30%. So I think Pulse Chain is a pretty good indication of what we might see for alts too. So cool. I'm trading a little Pups coin. This coin has just been dumping for a while. It peaked at like 110 bucks here in April. It's trading around $17 right now. This could be, pretty close to its low. You can see the volume kind of dropping off here. So like the selling pressure is kind of really low on this right here. So I've been dollar cost averaging into a position on this. It's a very volatile asset to trade too, which is cool, which is nice. So you could get like some pretty drastic moves up on this type of coin if the market is, doing something that is conducive. So we put in like an 8-hour doji candle here. Now, this looks like a rejection off the median line, but I did try to take another shot to dollar cost average a position here, and we'll see how this plays out. Right, we're holding this range low here for now. But we did get a clear rejection at this 22 area. But if this does bottom here, we could be looking at a double bottom potential. And then we'd be looking for a movement back up to test the $22 range. If we end up breaking that, then this double bottom is confirmed. And then we could end up trading this back up to the top of the channel, which is around 30 bucks. We can take profit there. And if it ends up breaking the channel and back testing it as support, Yeah, I'd be careful and cautious in shorts right now. Um, with the market at a bottom of a range, you know. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the weekly on Tether is like still bullish, I suppose. We haven't crossed the weekly Kijun line, but if it does, could get ugly for the market. The thing is, though, is the weekly momentum, it looks like it's already topping out. It's like getting close to that top range there. Um, I don't know, man. I'm not like bullish on Tether right here. Just not. But I could be very wrong. And we could be looking at a lot of downside if this does break bullish on the weekly time frame. ADA and Link, sure, man. We'll take a look at them. Yeah, ADA right at a range low, man. I mean, God, holding on to support for dear life here. I'm going to redraw this chart, get rid of some of this noise. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, maybe a channel with the new data presented. This was our June or December capitulation, right? Yeah, okay. You're hanging on to support by a thread, man. If Bitcoin like even sneezes here, this is gonna probably not end well for ADA. Your daily hit bottom Bollinger, your 4 hours pointing up. You could strategize taking a long right here and setting a tight stop right at the range low. All right. But I would say you are kind of bear flagged here. This could be a bottom. Could be a bottom. I say it could be because, well, it could end up just breaking this bottom and coming down to like 39 cents. Right, like right here, this level right here. Pretty clear area there. So yeah, you could go for a long trade here and set your stop below 39 cents. And because like we might do something like this where it touches it and then it bounces and comes back into the range. Something like that. Could get a deviation. Do I think the CPI will rock the markets this week? I don't know. I really don't know. It might. A weekly still short on Bitcoin. Overall trend is still down, I would say. S&P though is man, S&P is looking, dude, I don't know. If the S&P breaks out, then I would say Bitcoin's going to break out. And we did just get a weekly cross up, man. It's got the momentum to do it on the weekly time frame. That is strong. That is looking pretty strong. If I do say so myself. So the S&P on the weekly looks pretty good. S&P on the weekly looks pretty good. I know we're coming up to a range high here, and we might get some selling pressure into this range high, but we'll see. S&P opening, down a little bit here today. Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Yeah, that weekly cross up is momentum that could come back into the market. That is a confirmed cross too, right? We have a confirmed cross on the weekly on this S&P. So I would be cautiously bullish on the stock market because of that. And I say cautious because we're towards the range high. And we could just get rejected. We're printing a 3-day long signal though, so there's that. The 2-day probably long. Yeah, I mean, I'm bullish the S&P. This looks like it's going to go to the fucking moon. I mean, you get a weekly Stoke cross like that, that's significant. That's going to bring a massive run to come. We'll see, though. We'll see how this plays out. Bitcoin futures up 1.5%. Again, our daily is still long, and we're holding the range low. We'll see what she does here, man. We'll see what she does here. There's no reason to be bearish until you really take out these lows, like for real bearish. Like if this does end up taking out like 57K and we break this major trend line here, yeah, then we can say we're losing our trend. We haven't lost our trend yet. We have not lost our trend yet. Okay. Right. You can clearly see the demand line here. It's very clear. In fact, we actually touched it again. 1, 2, 3 touches and holding on the futures market. And on the spot market as well, same type of thing. Obviously, it's a couple $100 behind futures, but that's fine. Opened up $300 from where we're currently at on the spot market. It looks like it's basing. I gotta say, it looks like it might be basing out here. We'll see. All right, so Chainlink was requested. We'll take a look at Chainlink. Chainlink putting in a third higher low, man. Third higher low. Right, we have one. Oh, what? We have one low. We have one low. We have the second low, and we have the third low. All right, we made lower highs. We have a compression happening here. We have a compression happening here on price. Okay. Some could argue that this is a bear flag. It could very well be. But it could also be a bottoming pennant. And the reason why I say it could be a bottoming pennant is because we're holding this neckline after putting in, a bear market low. All right. We'll see how Chainlink does, man. It's just, this is a major support level. It's a double line support. Okay. I wouldn't, like I said before, I would not be getting bearish this market right now. After some of this action. What's going on, Michael Jonathan? All right, Pups. I think Pups is going to rip, dude. If this market goes up, this thing is going to go up. They are, dude. You saw the chart, right? This is why I think Bitcoin's going to pump, because if the alts are hanging on to dear life, that means A, we're about to get bids, or B, we're about to see a major capitulation event. It's one of the two. And I wouldn't be betting on short side right now. Not on range lows like that. I don't see value in shorting at support. I see value in taking profit into resistance or shorting into resistance, but not at some major support levels, right? Like that's just trading 101. Even if that support ends up breaking, okay? Like I would not be looking to take a short there. I just would not be. So that's my opinion. You could also take no trade. You can just wait for the market to come to you so you have a clear trade setup. I wouldn't say there's any clear trade setups right now. It's just very sideways. Yeah, and the weekly down here in the buy zone, man. Like, why do you want to short this? Like, yeah, I mean, up here, when you got this cross down, that would probably have been a good short. Or even here, when you got this cross down, that would have been a good short. right? Like, look at your momentum. The second lower high with the higher high on price was the area to take a short, right? You can see the momentum when it made lower highs here like this. That was weekly bearish divergence. That was a good short. Now you've already produced the negative momentum. Now you're probably going to swing back up. Most likely going to swing back up. Okay. And that's it. That's all I got, man. I mean, I would, like I said, some of these assets are at range lows. Some of them haven't even really done anything yet in this bull run. That's why it's tough for me to believe that we're heading into a bear market right now. I don't see it. I think we're setting up for much higher prices. We could be consolidating for maybe another month or two here, or even pull back a bit more. We could see one more range low be put in for Chainlink, right? I mean, this is a doji. We got follow through on that. We're now looks like maybe we're back testing 1450 as resistance right now. That could very well be, and we could maybe see one more test of $10. That could be a 30% downside. That could totally happen. We could get one more breakdown. We could definitely get that. The monthly chart maybe is depicting that as well. And the monthly here is crossing the 80 line too. So we could see on Chainlink, we could see one more low be put in. All right. All right. Yeah, your monthly doesn't look the best. I will say that. And yeah, I mean, you could be this does look like maybe a head and shoulders type of pattern, and your neckline is right here. If you do break it and back test it as resistance, then you are looking at more downside on Chainlink, and your downside is about 40% if this pattern does play out. So if you want to short this, I would wait for a break and then a back test confirming this is as resistance. Then you take your short and then you trade the downside. But don't do anything until you confirm that as resistance so you know you're going to get the downside, okay? We've seen it a lot where they paint these patterns and they're just fake breakdowns and they pop back into the range, they go sideways, and then they just rip, all right? Just be careful shorting this market at support. That is all I have to say. Even if this support doesn't hold and we get a deviation, and we get a pop back into the range. That happens a lot. All right. I'm actually looking for longs. I'm not looking for shorts. I'm looking for longs on some of these assets, right? And a lot of that has to do with what Tether is doing right now, right? And as we can see, Tether is pulling back here. So that's exactly right. The next 4 hours, we could see downside on Tether, which could produce some upside in this market, which means that those range lows are going to be respected, and we're probably going to see some upside in the market, right? It's now breaking down. We're getting follow through on this inverted hammer candle. I bet some of these alts are going to start moving, right? We're seeing it right now. Polyx is on a tear. Dude, this coin right here is bullish AF, by the way. Look at these wicks. Look at these wicks. Like, this to me looks like a bullish structure, not a bearish structure. Like a big cup pattern, okay? Just be careful shorting this market right now. That is all I have to say. Render putting in a weekly bullish engulfer. Some Velo coin. This thing broke its 382 fib extension with another bullish engulfing candle. Some of these assets still look pretty good from a technical point of view. Solana hanging on by a thread, but still holding the range, holding in the channel. It's just sitting up here. It's consolidating. Moon River, we spoke about putting in a bullish engulfing candle, engulfing last few weeks of price action. There's a lot of assets that look like they might be at their bottoms. KSM, not a good performer, but maybe this is the range low here for KSM. I'm hoping, because I got a bag of this thing. Yeah, that thing doesn't look very good, to be fair. Doesn't look good at all, actually. So that sucks. Yeah, we'll see how this market plays out, but I'm inclined to believe we're going to see maybe some upside. I think that's kind of what we're maybe going to do. Let's go to altcoin season index chart. It is not altcoin season, but if we really zoom out and we go to like the yearly, we can see we put in this kind of bottoming structure. Yeah, we made a lower high here, and we could range for a bit. All right. That's why I still think these alts are a buy. Like we haven't even seen an altcoin season yet. And we're just sitting down here at the bottom. A lot of them. We could see some more ranging. We could see another pullback, but ultimately, I think we're going to resolve ourselves to the upside here in the coming months. It could take some months. Take some time. Okay. All right. So that's really all I got for my analysis here. Hopefully, you guys, understand what I'm saying. We do have some potential downside risk potentially to come if Bitcoin does continue its downside move, which is totally in the cards. We could see a $52,000 Bitcoin in the coming months here, coming weeks here. Like that weekly is still short, but you could see some short-term pump too. Could see that. We could reverse right here. We could do a lot of different things if we end up getting that weekly cross up, because the S&P is weekly crossing up, right? So Bitcoin typically follows the S&P and traditional indices still, and I'm not necessarily bearish on the stock market right now. So I'm cautiously bullish though. We're at a range high, right? We're at the all-time high test, so we could get rejected there. Double top, right? Those are in the cards. We got 7 people on the stream tonight, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on Mother's Day, and let me know your guys' thoughts about where you guys think this market's heading. What do you guys think? I think we're gonna pump a little bit of a pump. As long as we hold that 60K region, I think we're good to go for upside. It's hard to say, yeah. It is definitely a pivotal moment. I would agree. I would agree. We could. As long as we end up making a higher low than 57.5, I think we're, from a technical point of view, we're okay. It just looks like even on the 2-day RSI here, trying to round out the daily. The daily is above the daily signal line too. So I would say the daily is starting to look bullish, right? We even got an ASO cross up, bullish cross up, ever so slight. We're hanging on to bullish momentum on the daily chart. Agree. 60K is the level. Above 60K, I'm bullish. Below 60K, probably bearish, man, to be fair. That's it. See if we can, like I said before, man, let's see if we can get above, 65K region. And maybe we'll reclaim 67K. I think if we reclaim 67K, we can then work to get back up to all-time highs. All right. I'm trading this stupid whales coin right now. This thing sucks. Yeesh. I added to my position here earlier. Off support. Maybe we can get a push to like top of the range or something. Doesn't look the best. Tough to trade this market right now. I gotta say, this market sucks to trade. I was looking at some stocks for next week. ADPT, this one looked pretty good. Massive wedge pattern. Why not trade some wedges? We got some weekly and 2-week tail end bull div on this. We're in a nice squeeze. See, like some of these stocks look like they're ready to rock too, man. Even as low cap stocks. Look at the weekly on this. This looks pretty juicy, right? If we get a breakout, this could rip to like, I don't know, 650. Did you guys see GameStop last week, man? What? GameStop with the wedge break, man. GameStop with the wedge break and the weekly squeeze broken. How about that SLI stock, this energy stock that we're in? This one putting a nice weekly bar in too, man. Look at that weekly bullish engulfer. That's and look at the volume too. The volume confirming that movement. This is a beautiful long-term channel up on this stock. Look at the squeeze on this bad boy. Look how tight that bad boy is. This is going to be a major runner. I guarantee it. I'm in around 165 entry. I started buying it around 190, and I added to it down here at these range lows. But yeah, there's no reason why this doesn't go up to test almost $3 on this push. That's almost a double up in price. I think there's money to be made in the stock market right now too. Crypto's great, but when it's not doing anything, it's not fun to trade, right? Yeah, did you guys see the NVAX trade, man? Let me show you guys this trade result here. This was absolutely epic. This is probably one of my most epic trades of the year. $700 risk. I took a weekly option trade. And this was the result. It was a 1,258% gain on Friday, man. 9,000 turned $720 into 9,000. It was a $10,000 trade. $10,000 trade. Absolutely epic. I know. And then, yeah, one of my buddies took this trade too. He bought the July expirations. He was up 873%, man. Here it is. This is the trade right here. I closed it like literally at the open. I was not going to mess around with it doing more upside. It literally, this was the last day of expiration, and this thing did 120% move on its earnings. Crazy. What a trade. What a trade. Yeah, so I mean, if you guys want some good insights, you guys should join the alert service. I think there's a lot of value there. You guys been following me and watching me now for what? How many years? A lot of you guys. This thing perfectly tagged the fib extension. Perfectly tagged right into the range. Boom, right into it. Double bottom, boom, breakout. I mean, what do you want? I mean, that's the technical setup on the chart. Of course, the earnings were good, right? It's just when the chart lines up, and then the earnings is the catalyst. I mean, it doesn't always play out like that, but a lot of the time it will respect the technicals, like almost every single time. I would say a good majority, 70% of the time, it's going to do that. This stock looks pretty good, dude. This thing broke its major channel. I didn't buy this stock, but you can clearly see that it broke trend. It broke this channel and just zigzagging its way up with volume too. You get some volume on this stock. I was eyeing Peloton too down here. Peloton looks interesting. People are like laughing at me when I say buy some Peloton stock, but I mean, look what it's doing. It looks like it's ready to do something here. Looks like it could be ready to do something. Right off the range low bottom. Probably got some divergence. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Look at the 2-week stochastics. Look at this. If I buy like August expirations on this thing, I'm probably going to make a lot of effing money. Like, there's no reason why this thing with that kind of divergence can't break this and just rip right up to like 20 bucks. There's nothing here. There's no real resistance here. It's just been straight line down. I mean, yeah, you got a level here, $7. That's almost a double up. That's like the NVAX trade. And then you really got this range here. Okay. Yeah, I guess you got that too. All right. So like 13 to 18 bucks swing trade. Why not? And if you end up breaking the channel, forget it. You're going to go. You're gonna really reverse your trend. But I'm not interested in holding it that long, but very well could do something like that. I'm looking for a move to about $8 on this stock. What do you guys say? Oh, did you guys see I posted this video on CDNA on TradingView? It was $11 a share on Thursday night when I posted it. All right, you guys can see 1106. And well, what did CDNA end up doing? This thing fucking broke out, man. 34% move, inverse head and shoulders pattern. Like, come on, man. Like, this is textbook stuff right here along the major channel. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful stuff. I'm going to cut that top out because it's clear like it broke it, back tested it, tried to rally double topped, and that was the end of it. But now we're at the bottom of the range, bottom of the channel, and there's no reason why eventually we're probably going to get caught up. Like, we broke this level, we broke back above this level, and then we got a level right here to about 17 bucks. Okay. And if we can get above $17 on this stock, then, we're just going to work our way up. Right. Yeah, like 16 and change, 17 bucks, and then you got $31, that range there. Yeah, and you could eventually see something like this happen where you eventually get up here, come back down, you consolidate for a bit, and then you get a rip up, and then a consolidation again, and then you just work your way up, man. Like, this stock is probably wrecked on the monthly time frame, if I had to guess. It's probably bottomed out, man. Yeah, look at your RSI. This has plenty of room to go up. Plenty of room to go up. It's bullish. And look at the monthly. Look at the squeeze. There's some big movements coming for this stock. I don't know what it is or does, but it doesn't matter. You can make money off of it. All right. And that's why I'm kind of like hesitant to believe we're going into a bear market. When these assets are set up like this, yeah, I think we're looking at more upside in these markets, not downside. I think we're looking for more upside. If everything was topped out on monthly time frames, like even these stocks, then yeah, I'd say we're going into a bear market or a downtrend for a while. But a lot of them are bottomed out, man. GameStop just broke its wedge pattern. I mean, like, GameStop? I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, like usually if GameStop is going to start ripping, that means we're going to see some stupid shit in these markets. What do I know? I don't know what this stock is, but this thing put a candle in on Friday. Wow, look at that volume. I mean, look at the volume on this thing. No idea. Again, no idea what the stock does. That is a clear break on monthly time frame right now and a weekly break. Crazy divergence, crazy squeeze. I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is how you make money, guys. Okay, what does this stock do? This thing did $35 million in trading volume on Friday. All right. Monthly bull div on the RSI. You see it? Low. Higher low on the RSI. Probably a lower low on price. Yeah, and a monthly stochastic cross-up. I mean, what? Yeah. Don't know what this stock does. Doesn't really matter. Oh, this is Warner Brothers, dude. This is a major. Yeah, this stock is fucking wrecked. Holy shit. Yeah, but this is like a major Gartley setup. There you go. Your target's fucking $50 on Warner Brothers, man. Wow. Yeah. Cool, man. There's some big trades on the big trades on the board for the stock market. Big trades. These are big trades, I would say. Beyond Meat. This thing's wrecked city down here. I mean, look at the monthly. Looks like it's bottoming. It looks like it's bottomed out. You got a triple bottom down here. 1, 2, 3. Right? This is probably not a bad long trade. Again, like I'm probably not going to trade this, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's rejecting, but eventually it could resolve up, dude. I mean, look at the squeeze. It's still squeezing. The weekly just crossed up. I think next week this thing breaks out. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Beyond Meat going to break out. This meat stock, this non-meat stock. You break $10, we're going to go up. All right, cool. Enough with stocks, but you guys get the gist. Plenty of trades on the board. GFAI, I was looking at this one. This one looks like it put in a double bottom type of formation down here. Yeah, I don't know. This stock doesn't really get any trading volume, but GTHX. Oh, yeah, this one. Look at the volume on this break, dude. Okay. This stock looks interesting to me. Very interesting. A long-term channel down, right? Oh, you don't want to buy until it breaks the channel. That's true. You don't. So we could wait, but this looks like it's going to break. Look at the weekly. Look what it did last week, man. I guess you could say it got rejected here, but it gap filled. Yeah, I mean, you got a gap fill trade here probably or whatever, but there's definitely better stocks you can trade. This INSG stock, I think I called this one out the other day on this stream. I was talking about it. Right, this is a major channel. It's very, very clearly in a channel. This was like what, the 2000 crash or something? Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, again, look at the squeeze. The squeeze indicator is literally your friend telling you what's happening. The monthly just crossed up on this stock. It did definitely do some trading volume on Friday, man. 1.6 million in trading volume. That's no joke. All right, I'm done. But you guys get the gist. There's plenty of trades on the board for stocks, cryptos. You know, you might want to wait for some of these cryptos to like really show better signs. But I think we're getting close. Okay. We're getting close to some sort of bottoming stuff happening in the crypto market. Crypto went nuts for like 6 months, dude. So like we get a 3-month, cool off period. That's good. That's actually healthy. You want to see that. It's going to present you with more buying opportunities. All right. Hang in there, guys. I think there's good things to come. We just might need to just chill for a bit and just sit on your hands, DCA into positions, or do nothing. Just wait. Wait for the market to come to you. There's nothing wrong with that. It's always your decision. Always your decision with your money. Remember that. All right. That is all I have for this evening. If you guys have any other requests or stocks or cryptos or whatever, feel free to throw them at me. We'll take a look at them, and we'll go from there. That's it, Steve. That's it, buddy. Just keep it going, man. That's it. All right. If that's all you guys want to look at tonight, then I'm good with it. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream tonight. We'll keep it going, as Steve says, and we'll catch you guys next week. I'll try to put out some content this week if there's something good. I will be dabbling into some stocks, guys, because there's some action there, right? Crypto market, you guys can see, is kind of like meh right now. So Pulse Chain seems to be doing okay for the moment. Pulse Chain itself looks like it bottomed out. Do you have a big swing position on in this asset? The Maker coin is almost at $14. I'm almost up 40% on this entry, guys. That's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Well, don't fade Pulse Chain. I think that's something you guys should consider. Not financial advice, of course. But have a great evening. We'll chat to you guys next week. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Oh, Flap. Sorry, dude. CRSP. Let's take a look at it. Not the best on the monthly. It looks like you got some monthly bear div on this thing, dude. Just watch out, man. Your weekly. Yeah, I mean, you could bounce off the range low here. Yeah, I wouldn't say it looks too good right now, though, man. I would wait. Maybe you come down further to $40. Maybe looking at take a trade off that range low. DNA. Take a look at DNA. Oh yeah, this was that penny stock or whatever. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. It doesn't look too good at all. Not at all. Gap down, all-time lows. Yikes. Stay away. Stay away. Unless you're wanting to short it, then sure. Looks like it probably makes a new low. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look too hot, man. Weekly bearish engulfing candle with volume too. 124 million in selling volume on Friday, dude. They are dumping the shit out of this stock. Don't know why, but you got it. All right. I'll catch you guys next week. If you guys have any other stocks, let me know. Shoot me a message in the alerts channel or something. All right, guys. Peace.